Hi everyone, Paul here again from Ballistic Blood Bullets with a response video and shout out video to the very cool and always effervescent and very much a favourite here on the YouTube film community, and that's Headbanger Tom over at Horrors Ball, as I say, and along with his good friend Lucio Finchy, that's Jay, brought us a cool new segment for his show, giving some much deserved love to the old school days of movies on VHS, and another great addition to the awesomeness that is the Horrors Ball. Now, this particular segment that Tom and Jay did in this most recent video was a setup in Jay's new home. So the film forum of Lucio Finchy. Now, the two gods of rock and movie roll presented Nightmare Video, and one of the highlights was looking at the Charles Band classic Arena, a very cool futuristic sci-fi monster mashup movie, and great fun indeed. Now, having watched that, I messaged Tom to say I had the UK original big box movie of Arena in my own VHS collection. And straight away he called for a VHS show and tell movie from the Ballistic Blood Bullets. But my video collection is still pretty vast, and so I promised I would do a video, but I thought I'd compromise and on showing off Arena, which is on the Cool Entertainment and Video EIV label, and I would also show alongside some of my other entertainment and video VHS movies, just to make a video padded out rather than just look at Arena. So for fans of old school VHS goodness, and also very much in tribute to the Headbanger and Lucio Finchy, let the entertainment and video begin. So first and foremost, let's have a look at Arena, the said VHS that Headbanger was looking at, and what really sparked the response video that we're looking at right now. Very cool movie this, and as Tom said, it is one to definitely check out. Very much B-movie, low budget, but great production value from Charles Band. And it is a big fun monster mashup movie. Now, just to get a taste for entertainment and video and what we're looking at, they all pretty much came with this standard casing and the entertainment in video logo on the spine. And this is, if you recognise, actually quite synonymous with how the DVDs and Blu-rays and particularly steelbooks are actually done today, very much using that same spine coordination. Just checking out the back of the VHS as well, excuse me, to give a real flavour of what should I say, Arena is all about. And definitely we do have the monster goodness on display, and this is where old school practical effects really do come into their own. There's no nonsense CGI here from the likes of the Asylum. Much as I love the Asylum movies, but they are starting to get even more heavily reliant on the CGI, but the practical effects, as we know, are very much what we look for, and a return to those days would be very welcome. So there we are, just for you, Tom. Arena, our first movie to look at on the entertainment in video label. Now, just to give a little bit of background actually to entertainment in video, it was veteran film producer and distributor Michael L. Green along with his two sons, Nigel and Trevor, that formed Entertainment Film Distributors back in 1978. And with the soon-to-follow boom of home video rental, they also traded under the Entertainment in Video brand and became one of the leading forces in UK distribution. Their first big success in the market was with Michael J. Fox's Teen Wolf, and they also scored big with film releases for Empire Pictures and Roger Corman's prolific New World Pictures. Now the company is still going strong today and associated with such great movies as the likes of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Book of Eli, Killer Elite, The Grey, Underworld Awakening. Literally dozens of top movies are produced per year. Excellent stuff. A true success story going back to the grand old days of VHS, and a really very well done, deserving praise for that. Anyway, on to looking at some of the Entertainment in Video movies from back in the day. Now you'll recognise a theme really throughout with the Entertainment and Video Distribution label, because I think that what they were very much predominant in doing and renowned for was horror, kung fu, and some of the more obscure sci-fi action movies from Europe. But let's kick off straight away right into some kung fu martial arts goodness, which is a film that should be known to a lot of you, and that is Best of the Best. This one's from 1989, stars Eric Roberts, Philip Rhee and James Earl Jones, the voice of Darth Vader, no less. And they are Team USA versus Team Korea, taking them on in the world of Taekwondo in competition, and it gets very heated. And there's lots of outs of contest, bickering and rivalry and tragedy, but also triumph. It plays a bit like Rocky and the Karate Kid. Now, writer, producer, director and actor and real-life martial artist Philip Rhee. He sticks around for the 3 sequels that follow this. So we got Best of the Best 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the last one being made in 1998. So very much Philip Rhee definitely is to be considered one of the best, and this is a great fun movie. And again, just a touch on the side spine logo that I was mentioning before about the Entertainment and Video logo top, and also the very much steelbook looking spine. So there we are, one of the first martial arts movies from my Entertainment and Video collection, and that is the best of the best. Good stuff. Now here we have Cynthia Rothrock, excellent stuff, and this is from the excellent China O'Brien franchise, and again very cool. And we do have a sequel, and not surprisingly it is called China O'Brien 2, and you get 2 lots of Cynthia for the price of 1. Excellent stuff. Cynthia Rothrock, very much a lady not to mess with. She was or is a 7th degree black belt in Tang Soo Do, and also a black belt in Taekwondo. She was a staple part of the 80s and 90s kung fu action movie scene, and she's still making movies today. Excellent stuff, and really big fun, these movies. Absolutely remember these and need to revisit them because they were a lot of fun. And she didn't stop there. She was extremely prolific during the 80s and 90s. And another movie we have here is Above the Law, and again starring Cynthia. Sometimes you have to choose between justice and the law, and who better to have on your side than Cynthia Rothrock. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. I highly recommend seeking out and checking out movies by Cynthia Rothrock. She made a hell of a lot of the films during this period, and as I say, still making movies today, and she really is very much one to look out for, and very, very entertaining movies that she made. Here we go on to another star of the late 80s into the 90s, Lauren Avendon, another martial artist who again is still, I believe, making movies today. He's one of these guys that does well in the B-movie straight-to-video market, and this is No Retreat, No Surrender 3. And the first No Retreat, No Surrender, I'm sure you'll be aware, actually featured Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then I think 2 and 3 Lauren Avendon took over. Not sure if there's a fourth one in the series, but this is big fun and a great memory again from my days of renting and collecting videos through the 80s into the 90s. And the artwork, as you can see here, wonderful stuff, and even on the reverse of these VHS tapes there were clips taken, stills taken from the movies, and you really did get value for money. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And Lauren Avendon, as I say, was fairly prolific during this period himself, and another one of his great fun movies is The King of the Kickboxers, which also starred the likes of Don Stroud and Betty Blanks. And Betty Blanks was again another one who was very, very prolific in the martial arts direct-to-video movies during this period. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Can't say enough plaudits about these films. They are great, great fun. It's a bit like having direct-to-video films with a decent budget and like a R-rated versions of the A-Team, a lot of these films. Great, great fun, lots of action, predominantly set in the jungles, and you really did get your bang for buck watching these films. Wonderful stuff. And it doesn't end there. We still have lots to get through, so we shall continue. And continuing on a theme with more martial arts, kung fu, tomfoolery, Sakura killers. And this is again silly nonsense, but very enjoyable. And this one actually starred Chuck Connors, if you can remember Chuck Connors. Not Chuck Norris, but Chuck Connors. And this is just silly, silly sort of ninja movie madness, mayhem really. And we know all about those, the plethora of ninja movies and all those films from Hong Kong and Asia, Godfrey homemade movies. This is very much in a similar sort of theme, but American-made movie. Now on to something a little bit more serious, a crime drama, and this one's James Woods, and it is the excellent, excellent movie Cop. Really one of James Woods' best movies. This was just absolutely fantastic. He's such an anti-hero in this, and against type, playing between the lines, and just so cool. This and Bestseller for me were two of his finest movies made. Late 80s, early 90s I believe, and this along with Bestseller I really can't recommend highly enough. They should both be available on DVD, if not Blu-ray, and highly recommend definitely picking these up, because they are so very good. So that's James Woods, Cop, and also look out for Bestseller. Great stuff. Okay, so we've seen the Kung Fu, we've seen a little bit of cop crime drama. It's time to get back to horror, and a classic indeed, Near Dark. Now this is, I believe, Catherine Bigelow's first directorial picture. It's a movie that I saw at the cinema. It takes a different look at vampires, and it is a fantastic, dare I say, fantastic movie. One of my favourites. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful take on the vampire lore. Great, great cast, and just such a good movie. Now you'll notice that the box, let's actually have a look inside, because just to give you an idea, I am one of these people that is particularly anal about making sure that the tapes are cleaned, immaculate, and in great order. Now this, what I was going to say, is a different casing for an entertainment and video release, and I suspect that this isn't the original box. I think the standard size boxes are the ones we've seen in the earlier showings here in this video, but not going to turn down a great movie like Near Dark. And The Mummy we have here. This is the Jason Scott Lee movie, and it's Russell Mulcahy's directed film. Wasn't the greatest film, and this was during the period that Russell Mulcahy really went into a bit of a spiral, and he was making some poor decisions, I think, or not being given big enough budgets, and just wasn't getting the best out of him, because in my view he is actually a very, very good director. And of course Highlander being his apex movie, but this was still fun enough, and certainly quite pleased to have it in the collection. And that's Russell Mulcahy's The Mummy. So, lots of horror, lots of action, tons of kung fu, and about time we had some science fiction. And this is a corker. Split Second, starring Rook. This is a real big fun movie. Long time since I've seen this. Now I've got the video out, want to see it again. It is a giant rat creature loose in the sewers of London, and it's set in the future, and Rutger is a mercenary for hire who's out to kill this rat, and he is very well equipped with a mighty gun. And this one's quite a dark movie, and some horror, gruesome moments, and also features Kim Cattrall. So there's more than Sex in the City, there's horror to be had from Kim Cattrall as well. Excellent stuff, and this is definitely a movie, if you've not seen, one to get. And I hope it is actually on DVD. If it's not, it deserves to be. Very cool movie. Rutger, Split Second. Now we have 3 movies coming up. All are related, and all from the Euro goodness stable of the 80s. And this is very much what is for me synonymous with entertainment and video. That label, that insignia there, that was what it was all about during the mid-80s, and that was very much a part of recognising quality for me. Anything that had that label, and you see the trailers, they were movies to look out for. And definitely Thunder is a great big fun movie. It's from Larry Ludman, directed, Fabrizio De Angelis, and this is a movie that is, not unsurprisingly, a bit of a clone rip-off of Rambo, but big fun. And it stars the young Mark Gregory, one of my favourites. And this role was given to him by Larry Ludman off of the back of being discovered by Enzo G. Castellari for the awesome Bronx Warriors. And rumour has it that Mark Gregory was discovered by Enzo G. Castellari when he was about 17 years of age. So when you see Mark Gregory in his movie Bronx Warriors and the sequel, he is just a young man of a mere 17 years of age, and just really was one of the faces of the 80s, and really enjoy all of his movies. Okay, he's not a spectacular actor at all, but he is truly a movie icon and highly recognisable, and just one of those people that you enjoyed watching his movies. So there we are, that's Thunder. And of course Thunder always comes in more than one. Thunder 2 pretty much speaks for itself, and those covers, they really do scream 80s excellence. Wonderful stuff. Fabrizio De Angelis presentation yet again, and again Mark Gregory returning as the titular Thunder, and this is just all round goodness. Now you'll notice that it isn't an entertainment video, but I love these movies so much, and wanted to show the cover artwork of a classic series, and Thunder is definitely that. Big, over the top fun. So forgive me for including a couple of titles that are not under the EIV label, but just for coordination and continuity, we have Thunder 1 and 2, and of course Thunder comes in 3s. This is Thunder Warrior. Thunder 3, look at the size of that gun. That is a stonking gun and a half. Great cast in this one, all the same people, production crew back. Again, Larry Ludman, Fabrizio De Angelis directing and also producing, Mark Gregory in the lead. Now this one again, forgive me, is not an EIV release, it's an American Imperial release, but very cool artwork. Couldn't show Thunder without showing the complete series of Thunder in its threesome, and it's just a wonderful slice of 80s action wonderfulness. So there we have it, all three of the rather excellent, big, fun, over the top Euro action movies. Thunder 1, 2 and 3. Excellent stuff. Highly recommend seeking those out, particularly if you're a big fan of the Rambo films. You'll get a lot of pleasure from watching these. Really are big fun. And Mark Gregory, as I say, look out for his Enzo G. Castellari movies with the Bronx Warriors as well. Fabulous stuff. Sticking with action and back to sci-fi, and a name synonymous with the 80s and 90s, of course, that of Dolph Lundgren, and it is with pleasure that I show this one, Dark Angel. Great stuff, made in 1990, and of course alternatively known as I Come in Peace. Whichever title you find it on, pick it up, because it is a real fun action flick. Great stuff. And look how young Dolph Lundgren is there. Excellent stuff. Really cool that he's still making movies, of course, with the Expendables and his own production company as well. Always lots and lots of fun watching Dolph Lundgren movies. And we have a spectacular, craptacular movie here in Mutant Hunt. Now that has to be one of the most synonymous with the 80s, 90s VHS video rental movie cover artworks that sets off this video perfectly. Wonderful stuff. Completely trashy movie, and one that was shot back to back with another equally trashy but funny, silly movie called Breeders, and one of a slew of low-budget sci-fi horror trashy must-see video movies of the time. So that is the trashy treat that is Mutant Hunt. Great stuff, good fun, and just to end on a sci-fi high, and this video is going way long, I do apologise. Hadn't anticipated it being this long, but hopefully we've covered a lot of movies that you guys have had fun with, and please do let me know your thoughts, and do share your video collection and cover artwork as well. But this one's a classic. This one is Doll Man, starring Tim Thomerson, made in 1991, and Thomerson made a real name for himself during the 80s with Trancers and its sequels, and movies like Zone Troopers, and this in 1991, Doll Man, all for prolific producer Charles Band, and he will always be famous for playing Jack Death, of course, for Tim Thomerson in the Trancers movies. And although I must say another movie of his that I love during the sort of period of the early 90s, 1992, movie called Nemesis, and that was directed by Albert Pyen, and Pyen also directed Doll Man. So we have a link there, just to have a quick look around this one before we close the video up. We have the classic entertainment video signage on the spine, again just to, from my own view, repeat again, very much like the steelbooks used for the spines today, and all the goodness that comes with B-movie brilliance from the 80s and 90s. And this one stars Tim Thomerson, and it is the deliciously delightful, dominant Doll Man. Thank you all so very much for watching. Thank you to Tom and Jay at Horrors Ball, wishing you guys well, and thank you all very much for watching. Share your thoughts with me, please do. Let me know what your favourite movies of the 80s and 90s are, and do show off your VHS collection. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.